I spent my last $500 on a storage unit that looked like it was filled with literal garbage. My friends called me an idiot, but when I cracked open an old, rusted toolbox at the bottom of a pile, I didn't find tools. I found the original, handwritten blueprints for the world's most famous smartphone, and a diary that proved the CEO didn't invent it, he stole it. The unit belonged to an old man who died with no family. Everyone thought he was a hoarder, but as I read through the diary, I realized he was the lead engineer for Omnicorp in the 90s. He had been disappeared from the company history so the current CEO, Julian Vane, could claim the glory. The blueprints were signed and dated 3 years before Julian even started the company. I posted one blurry photo of a corner of the blueprint on a tech forum, asking for info. Within 2 hours, my post was deleted. Within 4 hours, a black SUV was idling outside my house. A man in a suit knocked on my door and offered me $1 million for the contents of the unit, on the condition that I sign an NDA immediately. I realized $1 million was hush money for a secret worth billions. I told the man the price was $10 million. He smiled, left, and that night, my house was broken into. They tore my living room apart, but they didn't find anything. I'm not stupid. I had already moved the real documents into a safety deposit box at a bank they don't own. The next day, I didn't call the police. I called the CEO's biggest rival. I invited them to a meeting and told Julian Vane to come, too. When Julian walked in, he looked at me like I was dirt. He said, "Give me the papers, kid, or I'll ruin your life." I just smiled and hit play on an old cassette tape I found in the unit. It was a recording of Julian threatening the old engineer 30 years ago. The rival company bought the patents from me for $50 million and a 5% royalty stake. Julian Vane was forced to resign by his board of directors the following morning. I used part of the money to build a museum in the old engineer's name. Now, every time Julian looks at a phone, he has to remember the garbage that took him down. Would you take the $1 million quickly, or risk it all for $50 million? Comment safe or risk.